History is often told through the lens of grand empires and glorious battles, but beneath the surface lies a far darker record. It is a chronicle of humanity's most disturbing impulses, specifically the systematic effort to control and punish women across the centuries. For hundreds of years, the female body was treated as a battlefield for societal norms, where the price of defiance was written in iron, fire, and blood. These methods of justice were never truly about finding the truth. They were statements of absolute power. From the roaring flames of the stake to ingenious devices designed to silence and humiliate, these punishments sought to break the spirit as much as the flesh. In this exploration, we will uncover the most horrifying penalties women endured throughout history. We will look past the cruelty to understand the chilling relationship between fear, power, and the oppression of those who dared to have a voice. As we move through these harrowing practices, we witness a history that is as much about the resilience of the victims as it is about the depravity of their captors. Perhaps the most infamous of all was burning at the stake. Primarily used during the Middle Ages, it was the ultimate tool for purging society of heresy and witchcraft. Women were disproportionately targeted, often serving as scapegoats during times of plague or famine. This was a public spectacle designed to inflict maximum agony before a jeering crowd. The most famous victim, Joan of Arc, met this fate in 1431, asking for a cross to be held high so she could see it through the smoke. To the authorities, the fire was purifying. To history, it remains a stark symbol of societal paranoia. In early modern England and Scotland, a woman's words could be her downfall. The Scold's bridle, or brank, was an iron cage for the head, featuring a metal plate that was forced into the mouth. Some were even fitted with spikes to ensure that if the woman tried to speak, her tongue would be torn. Often adorned with animal ears or horns to invite public mockery, this device didn't just cause physical pain, it stripped the wearer of her humanity and her voice, enforcing a mandate of total submission. In medieval England and colonial America, unruly women were subjected to the ducking stool. Strapped into a wooden chair at the end of a long beam, they were repeatedly plunged into cold, often filthy water. While it appeared less lethal than the stake, many women died from hypothermia or drowning. It was a psychological weapon, a trial by water that mirrored ancient rituals where survival was rarely seen as innocence. It was a public performance of humiliation, intended to drown the spirit of any woman who challenged the status quo. Among the most gender-specific horrors was the breast ripper, or the iron spider. This device featured sharp metal claws, often heated until glowing red, used to mutilate the bodies of women accused of adultery or blasphemy. This was a targeted attack on the female form, intended to leave permanent scars of shame. It served as a gruesome deterrent, ensuring that every woman in the community knew the physical cost of stepping outside the bounds of traditional morality. The Spanish donkey was a triangular wooden beam with a sharp apex. Women accused of moral or religious offenses were forced to straddle this horse, while heavy weights were tied to their ankles. The downward pressure drove the sharp edge deep into the body, causing catastrophic internal injuries and permanent disability. Used extensively during the Spanish Inquisition, it was a mechanical representation of a regime that prioritized order over human life. The Pear of Anguish remains one of the most invasive inventions in the history of torture. A metal pear-shaped device was inserted into the victim's mouth or other sensitive areas. By turning a screw, the leaves of the pear would expand internally, tearing tissue and shattering bone. While historical records of its frequency are debated, its very existence speaks to an ingenuity specifically focused on the most intimate forms of violation and control. Finally, we consider the iron chair. Embedded with hundreds of sharp spikes along the seat, back, and armrests, this device forced the victim into a state of constant, agonizing pressure. Sometimes heated from below, the chair was used to extract confessions from those accused of witchcraft or treason. It was a precursor to execution, designed to weaken the body and shatter the mind, proving that in these dark eras, justice was synonymous with the total destruction of the individual. These dark chapters of our past serve as a haunting reminder of what happens when fear and unchecked authority go unchallenged. These acts were more than just punishments, they were tools of systematic oppression. As we reflect on these stories, we must recognize the importance of a justice system rooted in equality and human dignity. Which of these historical practices did you find the most revealing about the nature of power? How do you think this history influences our modern understanding of justice? Please share your reflections in the comments below. If you found this documentary insightful, consider following for more deep dives into the shadows of our shared history. Together, let us learn from the past to ensure these horrors never return.